15 years ago, a baby girl was left on the steps of the Imperial Building in Hubei, China. She was taken to an orphanage and lived there for a year when the family finally decided they wanted her. That little girl was me. My story, at least as much as we know, begins when I was a year and a half old. China's one-child policy was still in place, and my parents had to abandon me and pray that I would have a better life than what they could give me. My mom told me that our family had felt empty until they adopted me, that God knew she would need something to fill the loss that she was about to suffer. A few months before my parents were going to fly to China, my dad died. I never got to meet him. This, however, did not discourage my mom. A few months later, after redoing mass amounts of paperwork, my mom and my sister flew to China to get their new addition to the family. They spent a few days sightseeing, visiting all of China's attractions, and ended up eating some pretty weird stuff. This was the first time my mom saw me in person. I was being carried out by the director of the orphanage. Then they handed me to my mom. A government official was there to discuss the responsibilities of having an adopted child. I was crying while my mom held me, but the nannies told me to stop and gave me food to calm me down, which still works, by the way. There were 11 families in the adoption group from all over the US, all there to adopt girls from China. Finally, it was time to go home. At home, I had a brother and sister out of the country, so I didn't meet them for a while. But in Colorado, I had two brothers, Daniel and Michael, and I'd already met my sister Leah in China. Although I would have loved to know my birth parents, being adopted was one of the greatest things that could have happened to me. I was blessed to be sent to a family that, no matter how much they tease me, loves me, cares for me, and does whatever they can do to make sure I'm alright. And if I'm really honest with you, I wouldn't have wanted anything other than this little family right here.